Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, and you see right here, Drew McIntyre addressing his Haynes attack on WWE Champion Cody Rhodes. Last week, Drew McIntyre did the most Haynes attack that you would never thought. Drew McIntyre sent a message to Cody Rhodes that he wants to be next WWE Champion by Claymore kicking Cody to the table. We'll see Drew's addressing the crowd tonight. What Drew McIntyre got to say. Speaking of that, the 5 feet Women's Tag Team Champion Alexa Bliss is set to step in the ring with the dangerous Piper Niven. You know, Alexa Bliss and Piper Niven had their run in a couple weeks ago. Last week when Chelsea Green got buried, Charlotte Flair. We'll see what's coming up. And what Chelsea Green going to have to say about that tonight. Also, too, former WWE Tag Team Champion Street Profits take on DIY and a grudge match. See that match coming up as well. More tag team match as well. Maximum takes on Mello Don't Miss, Miz and Carmelo Hayes. And Miz and Carmelo be on the same page. I mean on the same page. I'm talking about it here. And on the heat check, we'll talk about it later. And we see Triple H and Stephanie McMahon on vacation. I don't know what's going on vacation, but hey, it is what it is. And plus, Logan Paul finally ties the knot. Won't believe that we get the pro wrestling show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Cody Rhodes. Join us on our Pro Wrestling Show. Use the hashtag Pro Wrestling. Don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and share. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. All right. There's no action. Get to straight up what's going on. As you see right here. Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre came out there, the former WWE champion, addressing the crowd tonight that Drew wants to be next in line to get a shot at the WWE championship. We know Drew McIntyre did some heinous things last week. It was him and Logan Paul. We'll get Logan Paul a little bit later outside on the heat check. But Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre attacked John Cena, which propelled Cody Rhodes to come out there and help even the odds. See John Cena and Logan Paul having their problems. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But it was set up as a tag team match. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre teaming up against Cena and Cody. Well, we saw it as we won May. At the end, Drew McIntyre sent a message. And Claymore kicked. And Claymore kicked Cody Rhodes, sending Cody down to the announce table. And you see right here, Cody was knocked unconscious. And Cody Rhodes really paying the price. Drew McIntyre made mention tonight that Cody Rhodes, 5 years ago, was in the AEW, but then I referenced it and saying, "What's Cody Rhodes without the WWE Championship?" You know, he made a good point. On what Cody Rhodes was without the WWE Championship. You know, Drew McIntyre saying that he wants a shot at the World Championship. I think Drew might get the shot down the road. And we'll see if Drew gonna be real serious about that and do what he has to do to get what he needs. But that WWE Championship for Drew will be the crown jewel of his moment. Saying that the crowd don't care about him enough. Who is Cody Rhodes without the WWE Championship? He got a story, but Cody Rhodes really did set his sights to win the World Championship, and he did. Drew McIntyre came back, yeah, as well 5 years ago, 2020. Came it's been almost 5 years. Man, time flying so fast. Cody Rhodes, he's the American Nightmare without the WWE Championship. But Drew McIntyre is trying to play those mind games, so we'll see how this gonna go. Speaking of that, on the SmackDown Ring Report here, we continue the SmackDown Ring Report with this. Alexa Bliss team takes on Piper Niven. One-on-one. Alexa Bliss one-on-one against Piper Niven. These women um, laid a serious beatdown to the tag team champion, Alexa's tag team partner Charlotte Flair and Alexa. Alexa, after embarrassing them last week when Charlotte and Alexa came out of nowhere and had the cake, Charlotte Flair making Alexa eat cake. See right here, Alexa What's her name? Chelsea Green playing to her advantage. Did not like the cake in her face, and she took it. You can tell right here that they wasn't too keen about it. They got their payback receipt as Alexa did take on Piper Niven. And Piper Niven, Alexa Bliss did win the match, but Piper Niven and the Secret Herbers got their revenge. You see right here, three ladies got their revenge tonight over the women's tag team champions. We have to wait and see if they're going to get a women's tag team championship opportunity. I know that um, Cameron May Steele, she's going to be feuding with Chelsea Green on NXT and Ethan Page and Tamron Heights. We'll see two Olympic gold medalists down the road. See how that's going to go next week. Well, speaking of that right here, the impromptu tag team of the Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Miz, don't miss. It was having a little tension last week, and that tension did build over. You can tell right here, Miz returning, but Carmelo's trying to find his way. Maybe turn to a baby face down the road. See Carmelo and get down to it. But Miz, Carmelo had the match won after Miz used the skull crushing finale on Nathan Frazier. You see right here, Miz scooping up, picking up the bones, taking Carmelo's leftovers. Carmelo was not happy, was not pleased. And you can tell right, Carmelo was sharp, but look angry. Carmelo, like there's gonna be some tension going on between these two. You can tell you that right now between Carmelo and Miz. You can tell that it's going to fester over between them down the road. But we know next week, Miz and Carmelo Hayes will be in action next week. And they'll take on the City Machine Gun. But they're trying to prop them up and build them up. So for the tag team titles, so you can be like a makeshift team that WWE likes to do, put them over somebody else. Let it go and stuff like that. See if Miz and Carmelo Hayes can be on the same page because you can tell me Carmelo Hayes was a little bit shocked. You see what he is scooping the pen over like a veteran would do. Because live on their own. You know they be. But we know next week, R-Truth and um, Aleister Black will go one. R-Truth having his split personality at the moment. He's gonna be Ron Killings now. So we'll have see that match next week, face to face, one on one between R-Truth and Aleister Black. Right. So looking forward to seeing that match coming up next week. So we'll see how that's gonna go down. Eventually between these two teams. Well, Sami Zayn came out of nowhere. And he's gonna team up with Jimmy Uso, another bloodline member, and Jacob Fatu, another bloodline member, to take on Solo Sikoa and his family tree, the United States champion, and his fable will go against Jacob Fatu, Sami Zayn, and Jimmy Uso. As we can tell you like last week, Sami Zayn in the win, pinning Jacob Fatu, pinning what's his name, United States champion, United States champion Solo Sikoa. Makes sense. Sami Zayn and Russell to get this win over Solo to see how this will go progress. Well, that was the huge six-man tag team match. Six-man tag team match. We'll get to it a little bit later on in the show when we went down. But Tiffany Stratton continues on trying to find a list of challenges in the vignette segment. Jay Cargill wants a rematch, SummerSlam match, as well as Nia Jax, who was dominant this past week on NXT, defeating Flash Legend. Nia Jax won a piece of you know who. But we should get it down the road, who knows? But you can tell that Nia Jax wants to be back in the time picture. Even insulting Jay Cargill, saying that Jay may have won the ring, but she couldn't win a title like she did last year. So that was like insult to her face and stuff like that. Result. Well, we to another tag team match. Former tag team champions DIY taking on former tag team champions Street Profits. It was a highly intense match, speed match as well. Street Profits emerged victorious tonight. I just wish they'd break up, but they ain't gonna never break up. They act like they don't want to break up. They act like they don't want to they separate paths. But you can tell right now on how that's gonna go. Street Profits retain win over DIY. Could be next down line for a shot at the tag team championships. It's playing hot potato with those tag team titles left and right, but you see the Street Profits emerge victorious tonight, defeating um, defeating DIY like DIY is more like a more mechanic tag team. Well, also too, also forgot that Kiana James, the manager of Julia, the women's U.S. champion, Julia wants some competition, and then since scramble competition, it makes sense that it'd be a champion versus champion match. That could happen. It's a possibility. Who knows? We'll wait and see how the outcome of that's going to be coming forward. So looking forward to seeing that as well. But we get to the tag team match, the impromptu tag team match between Sami Zayn, Jacob Fatu, and Jimmy Uso taking on U.S. champion Solo Sikoa and his family tree, members of the family tree. Throughout the whole entire match, we saw Sami Zayn emerge victorious. And Sami Zayn emerged victorious. Question about it, Sami Zayn might be next in line for a shot at the United States Championship. Let's get him closer, a step closer to becoming world champion. With Sami Zayn winning Jimmy and Jacob. Jimmy and Jacob leading the pack. Jimmy and Jacob doing what they need to do tonight to tours. So they'll be in double round next week, but huge six-man tag team match. Sami Zayn emerging victorious. Yes, overnight over Jacob over Solo Sikoa, which may secure him a spot in the U.S. Championship contention picture. So we'll see how that's going to go. All right, that's going to end the SmackDown. We'll look to the right here. That's going to end the Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Let's move forward to wrestling hot topics. No wrestling hot topic, the wrestling heat check. You see right here, the wrestling heat check. The wrestling heat check. We can tell you right here, right now, that Logan Paul is officially a married man. Logan Paul done it. And Logan Paul now marrying Nina Haga in Lakeland County, Italy. And Logan Paul is now married man. One child on his belt. You can tell by the guesses were there. Logan and his brother, Jake, and his girlfriend were there. Logan Paul now married man. Don't forget that Logan Paul will be part of that clash in will be part of Clash in Paris. He'll go one on one against John Cena. This was them. It was happier times right here. Logan Paul and John Cena. Now they're not at happier times, and now Logan Paul and John Cena will be one on one at Clash in Paris. So looking forward to seeing that match. Logan Paul did it tonight. He's officially a married man. Logan Paul done it. So congratulations to Logan and his bride as well. I also see here that Stephanie McMahon and Triple H went on vacation. So Stephanie McMahon and Triple H went on vacation. They're taking a breeze, trying to get the folks looking at their bodies and stuff. Like that handshake, Stephanie and Triple H almost been together for about 25 years. So long vacation of daughters and I think somewhere out of Greece somewhere. So doing the Greece life. Speaking of Stephanie McMahon, she did a podcast hosting it with Naomi. And people speculated that Naomi was pregnant, but throughout the podcast, it did not come from showing fruition. But Naomi will be on Raw this week to address and announce what's going on with her, what she's going to do next. So we're going to keep our eyes close to see what's going to be happening. They're going to have injury or what. So we're looking to see how that's going to go. Speaking of that, Sami Callihan, this is breaking news. He just retired from Impact TNA Wrestling. Sami Callihan had his last match. Not who he went against, but in his last match tonight, Sami Callihan doing what he does best. Leaving his shoes in the ring. I mean, he's still in his prime. I don't know why he won't retire. Maybe he wants to venture off and do other things, but who knows? Good for him. Well, speaking of that, WWE and TNA may be closing partnership. We hear reports that WWE has the option to buy TNA if WWE wants to buy TNA, but we hear rumors and reports that former UFC owner might want to buy TNA. There's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts going on. We hear TNA might be, Peacock, CW, A&E, TV, you name it, but we'll keep a close eye on TNA, what's going to go down with TNA soon. Speaking of that, TNA may want to go head to head with AEW. This is rumors reports. This could be the case. AEW and TNA will head to head, but you know when. If they head to the CW, that might be the indication that we might get coming forward. But who knows what's going to be there. But I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes with AEW and TNA. But here that they want to put TNA out, AEW out of business. All right. Tomorrow will be Triple Mania. We're gonna have predict the outcome in the morning. So it's gonna drop in the morning. Watch for match previews, prediction, predict the outcome for Triple Mania. Looking forward to seeing the first Triple Mania. I heard about it, but fully watching it. Lucha Libre in Mexico City. So look forward to seeing Triple Mania and predict the outcome tomorrow morning to see what match previews and predictions that I have. And we have a review coming up later on in the show. So look forward to seeing that. All right, y'all. We're gonna leave you on the Pro Wrestling Show with Sami Zayn, along with Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso getting the win, getting the do in that match. Can Sami Zayn be one step closer to being United States champion? That's the question that we're gonna ask. Thank you all for watching this edition of Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you later here.